students. In the previous videos, we have completed the physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Now, you can easily differentiate metals and non-metals based upon their physical and chemical properties. This is the last video for this chapter where we will discuss about uses of some common metals and non-metals. Before moving to the uses, let's first see the differences of metals and non-metals based upon their chemical properties. You have studied while reacting with oxygen, metal forms oxides which are basic in nature, whereas non-metals form the oxides which are acidic or neutral in nature. When metals react with water, they form their oxides and hydroxides, whereas non-metals do not react with water. Metals react with acid to form respective salt and they liberate hydrogen gas, whereas non-metals do not react with acid, only sulfur reacts with hot concentrated acid. Okay, so this is an exception. Please do write this in your books also. Reaction with bases also we have studied. There were some metals like aluminium, zinc, lead. They were reacting with strong bases like sodium hydroxide to form complex salt and hydrogen gas was liberated. Non-metals, they generally do not react with bases. So these four chemical properties we have studied, and these are the differences between metals and non-metals on their chemical properties. Now let's move on to uses of some common metals. First, iron. It is generally used for making bridge, engine parts, iron sheets used in construction. The reason being because it has a high tensile strength. It can bear lot of stress. Therefore, wherever construction part has to be done, iron is used. Copper is used for making electrical wires, utensils, and for making alloys. Why? Because it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Silver and gold, they are generally used for making jewelry. Why? Because they are malleable. They can be beaten into sheets and they are lustrous also. One more reason, that they do not react. So, jewelries are generally made from silver and gold. Electroplating, it's a new word for you. We will study in one of the chapters. But basically, what is electroplating? It is coating of any metal with some another metal. Like iron is getting electroplated with copper because copper is lustrous. और some जैसे जो imitation jewelries बनती हैं, there also electroplating of gold is done. Means coating of a simple metal with a lustrous metal through electricity. That is known as electroplating. We will study this detail in chemical effects of electric current. Okay. Now let's continue with some more metals. Mercury, you all know it is used in thermometers and barometers because it is the only liquid metal, and you know that metal expands on heating. That's why we use mercury. Aluminium, again, it is used for making wires and cables because it is ductile in nature. It is malleable. Therefore, aluminium foils are also being made. Lead is used for making automobile battery. Lead pipes are there. Protective screen of X-ray machine is there. Because lead is comparatively a less reactive metal. If you see the reactivity series, lead stands at a lower position. Therefore, lead pipes and all these things are made of lead because they do not react. Next, let's discuss some of the common uses of non-metals. Carbon, it is in the form of diamond used for making jewelry, and in the form of graphite is used for making lead pencils and high temperature crucibles. Crucibles are big apparatus which are used in labs because you know that graphite is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Sulfur is used for making gunpowder. Gunpowder is used in crackers and also for making sulfuric acid. Phosphorus is used for making matchstick and rat poison. The black tip or red tip that you see at the top of a matchstick, it is phosphorus only. Some other non-metals like nitrogen is used for making ammonia and nitric acid. Chlorine for bleaching and for sterilizing the water also to make it disinfectant. Hydrogen, it is used as a fuel because it has a very good calorific value for making ammonia and hydrogen chloride also. Oxygen, you all know, wherever combustion takes place, oxygen is required, and for our lives also, for respiration also, oxygen is used up. Okay. Next, I would like to give you just some information about metalloids. Metalloids are the element which have the properties of both metals and non-metals. Metalloids can also be termed as semi-metals. Some common examples of metalloids are silicon, boron, arsenic, antimony, etc. You can see this in your periodic table and please mark them as metalloids. Total, there are 7 metalloids in periodic table. So, this completes your lesson number 4, metals and non-metals. This is a mind map that I have made. It has to be made in your Science CW copies. In this chapter, you have studied about physical properties of metals compared to chemical properties also of metals and non-metals. So please make this mind map in your Science CW copies. Then we will start with the question answers. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.